Well, folks, coming at you with an emergency video, and today we have some good news, which is actually kind of rare. We got some Warzone 2 gameplay in the background from the homie MrDalekJD that you just saw actually shaking. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and apparently we're hearing about DMZ first gameplay reveal event that's apparently coming up. We're gonna be talking about some of the leak details that just came out. Some of the information ended up getting taken down as well, so you better be fast at this because Activision is indeed bukaking some of these posts and sending that into Twitter heaven. Coming in at our number 10, break it, Infinity Ward is hosting another in-person event this week where a select group of content creators, aka toxic gamers and cheaters, maybe even, I know most of you like wrong, where a select group of content creators will be streaming our first look at DMZ and another early look at Warzone 2. And personally, I'm actually really looking forward to DMZ. I'm not sure about you, one, if you're looking forward to DMZ more, two, if you're looking forward to Warzone 2, three, if you're like wrong. Bruh, I'm looking to none of that out there. And if that's the case, well, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, DMZ is something that is gonna be similar to Escape from Tarkov, and there is a little bit of hype about this behind the scenes, you know, even in the public eye right now, because they're trying to make this happen because they want this to compete directly with Warzone 2. And if this actually succeeds, which I really hope it does, okay, because if this succeeds, then that means that we're gonna be having something different alongside Warzone 2. Don't you want to be playing something else at the same time? I would love it if we have something unique and different, because Warzone Battle Royale, ever since Fortnite became popular, that's exactly what we have been seeing. Like, all the devs tried to do, some succeed, other not so much, some even kicked rocks, other were just pounding sand, right? So I would love if DMZ succeeds. But also the homie DMZ that has been accused of cheating. A lot of people have accused this man to have foot pedals as well, but man says I'm excited to announce that I've been invited to Infinity Ward to get early hands-on with DMZ and Warzone 2 ahead of its launch. I'll be live Wednesday with gameplay of both. Sheesh! And I'm surely gonna be live streaming, so definitely hit the subscribe bell. And this story was actually told in two parts, or I should be like, this is where the sauce is at, though I'm not sure if I should let you know straight up or not, but you know what? Whatever, let me show you this, okay? I will not be in attendance. It's a much smaller event than Call of Duty Next, said by the homie Modern Warzone. Incredibly excited to announce that I've been invited to Infinity Ward Studios in LA to get early hands-on gameplay of Warzone 2 and DMZ. Bruh. And that apparently happened. I mean, okay, alright. You know, that happened, which is actually really good. Gotta clap up. But check this out, okay? On the other hand, if DMZ ends up being a casualized Tarkov experience that everyone can jump into without needing 1,000+ hours of experience to know what to do, it will be a W. The biggest thing I want to know is how the economy will work. Tarkov would not be successful without its in-game economy, was said by the homie Modern Warzone. I really hope DMZ is good, right? And personally, I feel like that Call of Duty players 9 out of 10 times, or 9 out of 10 Call of Duty players haven't played Tarkov. I personally have not played. If you have played, drop a 1, let us know, maybe even give us those tips. Can a brother bypass skill based matchmaking in those lobbies? Can a brother have foot pedals in those lobbies? Let us know, right? Because currently that's a massive disease that has overtook the Call of Duty Warzone lobbies, not even Warzone lobbies, but in fact the normal Call of Duty multiplayer lobbies as well. It's apparently a disease. People have been catching digital herpes as well, and a lot of the gamers are looking like this. And you know what, whenever you call like gamers looking like this, you know for the fact that they're labeling us as toxic and problematic. So it's more like toxic gamers are looking like this. But apparently the situation here is that Charlie Intel came out, and this is where it got a little bit suspect, because they said that newly leaked images appears to confirm loadout drop are returning in Warzone 2.0. Slushy, who loves buying garbage, quite frankly, says that explain in Killer Murray terms, which my meme game is kind of strong but not that strong. He's into kind of like weird stuff. But apparently the situation here is that Ghost of Saba came out. He says that this might go down fast, but here we go. And this post ended up getting killed by Activision. It was sent to Twitter heaven by none other than Activision, because he did post some leaked material that was a little bit strong and independent, maybe toxic even. There was was a whole lot of toxic masculinity. In fact, like, I don't want to scroll down because there might be a whole lot of toxic masculinity. But this is where Nick was like, are they reference to loadouts in Warzone 2, or are they sticking to their new and low-key superior system? He says, I cannot confirm it, but heard from others there will be the usual loadout drops in Warzone 2. From a selling point, it wouldn't make sense to have a skin store and nobody can use the skins in game, which actually makes sense. Only other solution they could go for is a system like we had in Blackout. Now, personally, Blackout is my favorite game mode. I prefer Blackout way more than Warzone, but one thing that I will actually give respect and props to Raven is the fact that previously when they came out with Warzone 2 gameplay reveal, the one that you're watching in the background, they said that we're not gonna be having Warzone 2 loadout, right? And quickly after, toxic gamers, that's what they like to call you and me as, the toxic gamers went in crazy. They started dropping tombstone pile drivers, some even dropped spine buster, Batista bombs were dropped literally across the entire streets, and gamers were like, we want our loadout backs. Now personally, I prefer Blackout. When I saw that, I was like, maybe something is going right, maybe Warzone 2 is gonna be good. But a lot of the core audience said that we don't want that. And guess what? Raven listened to that feedback, and they were like, we're listening to our core audience. And they in fact listened, they indeed listened, and they agreed on that feedback. And now we're hearing that they're changing to the loadouts once again. Bruh. Meaning that the gamers, the Warzone core audience, is winning. And I cannot actually make, in fact, it's actually really good because you know what? Charlintel's like newly leaked images appears to confirm loadout is coming. That's actually really good. Respect and props to Raven for listening to their core audience. Nowadays, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's completely crazy. That's completely baffling because thousands of gamers, toxic gamers, were complaining about the mini-map, the skill-based matchmaking, the dead silence, the hardcore mode, prestige system even. And what did Infinity Ward do? They took their two fingers and they put it in their ear hole and just said nothing. Basically, they were like, bruh, wrong. They didn't do jack. And they completely ignored the community. That's what Infinity Ward is known for. They completely ignored the gamers. Raven, on the other hand, they probably heard from some people, maybe even more, you know, maybe like maybe thousands of gamers, maybe like yeah, you know what I mean, right? But they're listening to their core audience. Respect. On the other side, DMZ seems to be heavily inspired by Escape from Tarkov. Some of the voice lines not only hints to keys but also key cards for a lab. You can grab dog tags off of dead PMCs, which I thought that he meant to say like NPCs. I'm not even sure what that is. I mean gamer, ladies and gentlemen, toxic gamer. You seem to spawn in with basically nothing and unlock missions by looting and exploring. I mean, wow. Killer said that like these, he ended up getting a screenshot straight from the campaign. You got the keys, and there's a very nice logo in the back as well. To which our problematic Twitter detective said, homie, did you really watermark a campaign screenshot? Bomboka! Indeed he did. I mean, damn man, can a brother perhaps not see that? And I'm not sure for how long you have been around, but this kind of brings me back to the time when Glitching Queen was watermarking those zombie images. You remember that? Let me know if you remember that, because if you do, you're an OG, and that goes back years, man. Around like Black Ops 3, I believe, Black Ops 4, not even sure. Like, even I'm forgetting, I believe it was Black Ops 3. Crazy time. But also check this. Modern Warfare 2 DMZ mode, release date, Tarkov inspired gameplay, map, and more. And we got a bunch of information here that I want to go through, because we're hearing that in Escape from Tarkov, anything you take into the raid will be lost if you die, meaning taking high tier loot comes with a high risk reward. And DMZ will reportedly have the same mechanic. In a Washington Post interview, the devs confirmed that this mode supports up to 100 players. Infinity Ward confirmed that it's gonna be coming on November 16, and the good thing is that both of them, Warzone 2 and DMZ, will be free to play, which I think is actually really good. In fact, yeah, that's actually facts. Warzone 2, not only Warzone 2, but this is how the DMZ map will be. It's basically the same map. Same map! You remember when we were actually having leaks about the first Warzone, early 2020, late 2019 even, and early 2020 as well? Basically, all the ground war maps were from Warzone 1. gamers, toxic gamers, that were having a tough time believing to that. No one was believing. And in fact, that was true, and the same is happening, right? Because the multiplayer maps that we're seeing in Modern Warfare 2 are taken from Warzone maps. And Warzone map, or in fact, DMZ map, is taken also from the Warzone map. That's basically shocking to a lot of people. Like, people cannot even compute. So in fact, that's real. This is how the DMZ map is gonna be looking like as well. And in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that, but I still wish that the map was new for DMZ, for exploration, for novelty's sake even, but that's not apparently happening. But Infinity Ward added that you will have the option of choosing missions and objectives on AI Al-Mazrah. I mean, wow, shocking, right? During a DMZ match. Alternatively, you can also check out a variety of activities in the world. While the devs haven't revealed what these objectives will be, Call of Duty leaker Reality claimed in a leak that they include searching marked areas for radioactivity, destroying supplies, finding intel, and extracting. It seems like that DMZ is quite frankly gonna be a... But Activision is mad. Click on this video on the screen. We got a lot of Call of Duty cheaters getting bumbleclad in the situation. Click on it and I will see you right there. Subscribe.